Facebook's cryptocurrency plans are getting some support. According to the Wall Street Journal, more than a dozen companies, including Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and Uber, are backing the tech company's payment system called Libra, which is set to launch next year. The new digital coin will be connected to government-issued currencies to create a more stable system to avoid the big swings which have plagued other cryptocurrencies. So let's get the 2 cents on Facebook getting into yet the blockchain game, Dan.
2 bits. Here's the thing. You know, I read a great note from Mark Mahaney at RBC Capital. He's on the network a lot. And he had a great piece about this. And he's really talking about 2 reasons why Facebook is going in this direction. It's payments and it's commerce. And those 2 things with a stable coin attached to their user base. And it's also very focused on Asia. They have about 1 billion monthly active users in Asia. That's 4x what they have here in North America. And what works over there, it's not about the actual hardware. It's about the operability of the apps that they have. And they're doing payments and commerce. They're doing it on WeChat. And so this is really a focus, I think, over there. So to me, I think this is a huge, huge potential thing. We know they're not in China, but this creates a scenario where they could be in China in a whole different ways that don't really rely on social networking.
Isn't it amazing how with all the headwinds that Facebook has had, it's up 38% year to date. And I think this is another testament to maybe people are taking their eye off the ball on the privacy concerns. Now you're throwing a little Bitcoin icing on top of this game. It's up 38% already. I think that advertisers are just jumping back into Facebook. And with that stat in Asia, Asia 4-1, I think that's a tremendous tailwind for Facebook. It's almost making people forget about all of the problems that they've recently had.
Look, I think if you're in an environment where regulatory headwinds are on Facebook and other guys in the sector, crypto's not your answer. The irony here is that actually crypto could be a form of security and offering Facebook users something that they might not feel as comfortable on with the rest of the platform. And this is actually anonymity and an ability to actually transact.
And it's a stable coin.
What I would say.
This one's a stable coin, too. So that adds a little bit of security.
And it's a centralized coin. It's like the antithesis of what Bitcoin's original white paper is in a way. But think about it. They have 2.5 billion monthly active users, and they're going to give some fuel to some operations that are going to go on between them. So to me, it's very different than actually Bitcoin and the Bitcoin network.
You know, Mel, despite my age, I have an excellent memory, as you know.
Oh, like an elephant.
Like an elephant. And last week I said, you know, it's funny thing about Facebook, for the first time in a while, it's set up really well on the long side. I said, you know, December 24th low, recent high, the 50% retracement of that move was 160. We traded down to 161. We had a whole conversation. For the first time in a while, it sets up on the long side. Look at where we are now there, Mel. It's pretty good. So at least for the first time in my world for a long time, I think you can trade Facebook with a reasonable stop to the downside, looking to take out the all-time high we made whenever the hell that was, back in August of last year.
Not bad for an old guy.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, but again, why do you think that the dynamics that we've seen with the regulators is something that is going to be supportive to
Nothing's changed. You're right on that. You're right on that point. Business. Nothing has changed, and it has listen, until recently, it's traded really poorly. But I think that move that day on the volume we saw was enough to get me bullish.
Steve made one point. He said that advertisers are coming back. They actually never left. And if you just look at the revenue growth, it's telling you that the advertisers never left. And so all these concerned about privacy, it doesn't look like usage has been down so much. I know there's been some studies or some data that suggests it's down a little bit, but that's on the core Facebook platform. Instagram doesn't seem to be having the same issues.
All right. Why are you snickering?
No, I'm smiling. I'm just having a good time. I miss everybody. I can't be happy. You know what? I'm mad. People say I'm mad all the time. When I'm happy, I'm too happy.